Friday night, it's time to start. Streaming Matters brings the heart. Hosted by the Butcher and Aubyn too. Talk of Cody and Plex, cut those cords new. Save that cash, take news flows. Keeping you informed so you know. Smooth streams every night. Protect your next day tight. Streaming Matters is the spot. Friday nights we got a lot. Drink up every Plex, make sure we do. Stay updated, fresh and true. Cord cutting, it ain't no joke. The Butcher and Aubyn show you the scope. Latest tech, we keep you in. Every Friday, let's begin. Streaming Matters is the spot. Friday nights, we got a lot. Drink up every Plex, make sure we do. Stay updated, fresh and true. Cody to Plex, we show the way. Tricks and tips every day. Keeping your streaming buttery smooth. Protect your neck, dangerous move.
All right. What's up, boys and girls and children of all ages? Welcome to the show. Do something a little new on the
energetic.
Yeah, something, I had all day.
I'm on, just woke me up.
Hey, I'm actually starting to feel like you retired motherfuckers, because everyone that's all right. So, folks that may not know, everybody except for me is retired. That's
no, we're retarded.
All of them are retired. I'm actually on retirement because I got 2 months off for the summer. So since I work for the school system now, I do have the 2 months off. So I get to pretend to be these guys just for 2 months. But so I'm enjoying. This is my first week off. So hey, loving it up. And I have actually figured out. I understand about not getting nothing done when you have too much time on your hands, because you're like, just do it later. Get it tomorrow. And next thing you know, your weeks go by, months go by. So how are you gentlemen doing?
I'm well, thanks for asking, Todd.
Nice to have you on.
Yeah, we're all doing good.
Awesome. I see everybody over here hanging in there. So welcome to all of our normal or regulars all joining us on a Friday. So if you've not watched the show before, what we do is the first hour, we're going to talk about tech items, streaming products, streaming services. We may talk about some retro gaming. We're going to talk the things that interest us is what we tend to bring to you. So it's a hodgepodge at times. We'll talk movies and TV shows at times. The second hour, we will do a review of the movie If. That is the movie that was picked last week on the Wheel of Crap. And that's what we get to watch. What was that?
Sorry.
I was like, is that Beach? I was going to blame Beach on that one.
No, that's freaking Roger's telegram notification.
Yeah, I muted that shit.
So no big deal. So Aubyn's not with us today. He he's got a family member that had a funeral today. So thoughts and prayers out to our brother that is at a funeral. So he won't be with us. And I'll go ahead and say this instead of doing it at the end of the show. We are going to take July off after today. We're going to take July off. It's just because I'm leaving at the end of the month. So I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. Aubyn has been stressed out about trying to reset up his Plex. So he doesn't have the patience to actually, come on. And he says, don't we take a vacation during the summer? I'm like, well, you know what? Why don't we go ahead and we'll just take July. So after today, we will have a hiatus of Streaming Matters. I may do some shows with the retro gaming. I really need to get my ass in gear on that because I have several videos I want to do and I keep putting it off till tomorrow. So hopefully with this little bit of time that I'm not be doing Streaming Matter stuff, I can focus and actually get some retro gaming stuff. I've got at least 4 videos in the top of my head that's been on my mind. So we'll see.
Let's take August off too.
No, we gotta get back at it.
Shit, that was my suggestion to Aubyn last night. I was like, Aubyn, we need a summer break. Really? What do you think? I said, July, August, come back in September. He's like, sound good to me.
Well, he didn't say nothing about August. I mean, we can talk about August. We'll talk about August. I mean, I know your guys' schedule's so full. I'm lucky that I'm able to squeeze. You're able to squeeze me in for this 2 hours every week. But yeah, we'll talk about this. We'll figure out something. I mean, we want to have.
That's because Mister has me making songs all day long.
Mister,
put it this way, I could drop dead right now. I could send what I have made. Okay. I could send those songs to Aubyn, and you could still have a different intro for the next 3 years. Because I'm up to 153 right now.
Oh shit!
Have you made any for the pop side of it yet?
Nobody gives a shit about pop.
Yeah, well, yeah, we do need to put something in there, just a real short one, because the only one we have it doesn't have any audio. So if somebody's talking or like when we do it, so we'll talk about that. I don't want you to have too much time on your hands, Beach, to do nothing. So I'm going to keep you busy. Trevor, glad that our hurricane avoided. I know that he spoke in Streaming Matters room. That a lot of people in the islands that had the hurricane. Was it Bertha Burrow came through? So it's good to be careful out there. In these kind of summer times, I don't have to worry about that this far north. I don't have any hurricanes coming this way. All right, let's go ahead and get started on our topics, and we're going to see what we get into. So the first topic, let me see here. Let's go ahead.
Mr. Netflix.
Yes, the Netflix ones. Boom, boom, boom. See, look, I got to do everything now because usually I got Aubyn here. I can be like, he's over there handling the banners. Yeah, and I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about the chat things he tells me when somebody actually comments. So I know this is near and dear to Aubyn's heart because he loved the way he was grandfathered in on all of his Netflix stuff. But they are finally kicking off the people that were grandfathered in on the old package that was like $7 a month. It's done. You cannot go forward with that anymore. They are informing customers, and that will come to an end. If you get the warning that says, hey, you need to change your plan. From what I read, it will not change. That logo stays there until you change your plan. So there's no, hey, I'm going to ignore the pop-up and keep watching Netflix. It's like, no. You need to pay more money every month. So we knew it was coming. And this is not the last time that Netflix is going to do stuff to shake off the lower paying customers, that the stuff at the bottom of the tree, because they're looking to make more money to become more profitable. So yeah, I know that Aubyn was part of those older plans. So yeah, it's just what it is.
Things change.
Do what?
Things change. That's the only thing that stays constant is there will be change.
Yes. Yeah. The one constant. Yeah, the one constant is change. Yep, you're right. What's up, Breezy? Beezy's down there. What's up,
That's
my man?
Birch. Yeah,
I know,
the guy
I know
who
it is.
all he ever complained that Plex being a Ponzi scheme. Now he's all about it. Two-faced wimp.
Oh my god, I can't believe. Well, if he's he hasn't watched enough of the show. If he's still paying for Plex,
Right.
just saying.
Right.
Oh, since Birch is watching, we're always going to say, make sure you like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, like, subscribe,
Yeah.
and share. That's because we're not a good. We don't stay on top of these things. A topic that I thought we'd talk about, which we talked about it last week, and that was with Vision Flix. Works like a cinema HD type of look. So if you've had BTV or some of those other APKs, very simple layout, very simple to be able to figure out what you need to see. And we talked about this last week, and I suggest that it would be one of those options for some people that could be able to get. It actually has some free content links, and you can link in your RD premiumized Real-Debrid and your track. So all those things can be integrated into it to make it a very easy to figure out streaming application. Well, I've been using it on and off for the last couple months, and this week I kind of messed around with it more, and I was testing things. And I'm not sure if any of you guys, I know Beach has used this one, but it is spamming the hell out of my RD torrents.
Oh yeah.
And I don't. And this has been an issue that's happened with previous APKs. We've seen warnings from RD saying that some application, it never named the application, but it would say some application is queuing hundreds and hundreds of torrents, meaning it's telling RD, hey, download all these torrents, even though nobody needs them. And they never name who it is. They never say. But I have seen, just from running across this, that there is something that needs to be addressed in amongst this APK. Not saying it's a dangerous APK, but that it needs to address some code issues, because this is going to be a problem if this application becomes widely popular. It's going to become a problem for RD, as we've seen in the past. So let me share the some screenshots that I took, or some pictures I took.
You mean it could overload the RD?
That's what it does. Yes, Ed.
Yeah. And okay, did that go full screen for you guys? No.
No, we can see your browser.
All right, so hold on a second. All right, let me go back. Let me see if I can. Come here. Got too many windows open here. Share. All right, is that the one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So today, since this was the movie for the week, I just went through and decided to use Vision Flix to try to look up If and watch If through it. So you can see that got links. RD is in there. We got the RD. Here's another picture as I scroll down the list. And then this is my RD torrents.
Oh my.
Holy.
So if you take a look at it, if, and I did not watch these. These are not links, and you can see how many, all the same thing. Now, again, I didn't watch 15 links. I only, if I watched something, it would be one link. So what's happening is, my guess is, the application Vision Flix it's scraping, and what it's doing is it's sending a call out to RD saying, hey, what links do you have of these magnet links? But it's, instead of waiting until I click a link and saying that's the link I want to play, it's saying here's all the links. Because if on a normal, let's say Kodi, for example, on Kodi, what will happen is, if I'm looking for a certain content and then I choose that content a lot of times will show up on this torrent list. And this is in your RD. You go to the web browser and log into RD. You have a torrents tab, and this is the information I got from this. And normally it would have one link. It'll have just one link, whatever I played. This is telling RD, from the way I see it, hey, we want all these links. So my concern is what about the links that are not cached?
Right.
Then it would be requesting every one of those links that are not cached.
And that costs RD bandwidth and processing power.
Exactly. And I mean, even if it's not requesting the cache links, it should not be requesting all these torrents. Even if it's a cache link, it should not be requesting this many links from RD. So I actually posted something on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. And Vision Flix didn't say anything. I tagged them in it and I said, have you guys seen this? And I haven't heard anything. Now, I would hope that somebody takes a look at their code and says, oh, this is where we've messed up. And it's probably a small fix that they need to fix so that it's not requesting all, it's only requesting the one that somebody clicks on. So I can see this being a problem moving forward with this particular
right. If they don't fix it, I could see Real-Debrid canceling access to that app, the service.
Yeah, because that's done through an API.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can see them saying, all right, we're going to suspend your API until you fix it.
Yeah.
So hopefully Vision Flix is has noticed this, I would have thought, because like I said, I haven't been using it regularly until just a couple weeks ago that I started using it on a more regular basis. And I just happened to be looking through, my torrents, and I was like, what the hell's this? And it was like, there was something that I actually did download that I was looking for, and I'm scrolling. I'm like, how did, that get so far down? And then I noticed blocks of one show. It would be so that's a problem. Now, most end users will never notice this.
Right.
Most end users would never even know this happened. But I happen to notice it because I'm looking at my on the web server. So hopefully they sort this out, because I like the application. I think that it's great that a lot of users could really enjoy it. I love the layout. I thought the layout's good. But if it's going to be doing this, where it's only a matter of time before RD, as Roger says, before RD says, no, you're abusing the right of your API, and we're going to smack your hand. So, I don't know. Beach, have you noticed any of that or looked into that? I know that, like I said, I know that you use it.
No, but I mean, I remember, I'm trying to think. It's been a couple years or so ago when there was a problem when TV Mate did an update, if you remember, where it kept pinging EPGs. There were certain services that told us not to use TV Mate because there was a bug in the code where, even though it updated, it was still behind the scene or backdoor process. It kept pinging and requesting EPG service. And they were like, look, we're getting hammered. Our server's getting hammered for requests. So, like you said, it's probably just a coding issue they need to sort. And if they don't sort it, like Roger said, Real-Debrid will just end up blocking it.
Yeah. And I mean, it's, it was just, I just happened to come across it. And I was like, what? And, I've never, since I don't use a lot of, since I don't use a ton of APKs for the most part, I don't see that. So, until I was using this one, I'm like, oh, I really like this for people that are, my friends that are like, Cody's too hard. It's like, okay, maybe this is easy enough for you.
Yeah,
And
I went the same route with friends, and then I'd use that app when it first came out, quit using it, and then I just played around with it when I saw they had updated just to see if it was still working for people who want stuff on Plex that they can't find, here's an option.
Yep.
But then they freak out about having to pay for Real-Debrid.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
$3 a month.
Those
Oh,
people,
yeah.
those
I'm
people,
sorry.
Eddie, those people, Ed.
I'm sorry, Yeah, that $3 is really going to screw up your Netflix and your Disney Plus and your ESPN Plus. So yeah, that $3 a month. So
Yeah, craziness.
Yeah, and I did see a post. I was on Facebook this week, and a guy. It was for a big major build. They have a Facebook group, very popular build, and they have a pretty active help on their Facebook. They get a lot of messages, and somebody posted, I want to know why all of these builds are all linked into RD. Are you getting a kickback from RD? Because it makes no sense that all these builds, when there's free stuff out there, why you link to RD? Stuff used to be free a long time ago, blah, 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 blah. And the thing about it, yes, there's free add-ons, and yes, there's free sections of add-ons.
But that shit's gonna buffer on you. Yes. I promise you.
And what happens a lot of times is a lot of the add-ons that do those free sections, sometimes the add-on section will change because of links getting dropped. They got to fix stuff. So those tend to be, if you, as a builder, if you're linking to free sections of add-ons, those are the sections of an add-on that need more maintenance.
Right.
RD type, when an add-on developer creates a playlist in Kodi and they do their RD layout, they can create it and walk away and never have to touch it again, or maybe not touch it forever, for a long time. But the free sections, if the add-on that they're linking to changes, or if the link goes away, if you're a builder, you have to go back and fix that, because your users click it and it doesn't open. So then you got to fix on the build side. So it's way more work for a builder to link to a lot of free stuff, unless you do just generic. I can think of Black Lightning or Shazam or Gratis that have sections of free. And if you just link to that one little section and not subsections, you'll probably be golden. But if you try to link to certain things inside there, those could break if the add-on developer changes some stuff in the playlist. And so it's just more work.
The people that host those free, the free sources, they do that because they're gonna feed you an ad of some type to get money. So when you start circumventing their ads and you're still using their bandwidth, then they're going to figure out a way to stop that, because it's not making them any money.
Go back in the good old days, when I was first getting really into Kodi, one of the ones I was putting on Mucky Duck, because all his links were free. He was like 9 movies, and I can't remember some of the other ones. But basically, that's like Roger said, that website sees, why are we getting all this action? What our AdSense is nothing.
Yes.
So they're like, okay, some Kodi guy has linked our site, so let's change the code.
Let's change 2 letters in the URL.
Yeah, they can change very little.
So that's, he would always have to, putting out updates, because they would just notice ad traffic. He got out of it, which I hated, and that forced me to go ahead and buy a Real-Debrid account.
Yeah.
So.
And you guys are 100% right. When add-ons or APKs link to free sites that have a lot of free stuff, the website that they link to, because so the way that streaming content works, be it if it's an APK or Kodi, the APK or Kodi is linking to a server somewhere, and then it's going to link to a certain file. So it's not no add-on has all the stuff. They don't have a magic server where they put all their stuff. They're linking it to where somebody else has it hosted. And yes, what happens is hosters see that traffic and say, how can we shake these guys, these leeches off of our service? And usually it's a small fix for them that breaks the add-on or breaks the APK. So it is a ton of work for the add-on developer and builder. So I can understand there are some builds that say free. They only link to free stuff. And you know what? If you want to use that, use that. But for me, the amount of content I get if I use a premium account is what? 5 times, 6 times, 10 times than what you would have got for free links. Or especially the old stuff. People are like, oh, I'm looking for my sister-in-law was looking for the Housewives of Dubai.
I saw that.
Bree, bless your heart. All right, so that's not a popular show. But again, can't find it on the free links. You got to use RD, and the crew didn't have it. Actually had to go into Fen, which Fen has a few more scrapers, and it was able to pull it. So there's all relative of when you're looking for content. If it's something really, really, really big and really popular, sure, you can find it. But as you get to less popular or older, the sources shrink really quick because nobody is going to have Gilligan's Island loading up servers all over the world. You know, it's not enough people are using it. They're going to have the newest movies or the newest TV shows. So, all right, sorry, didn't mean to be.
Hey, Dab,
yeah, but
what's the difference between RD and cocoa scrapers?
2 different things altogether.
Well,
one's apple and one's an orange.
Oh yeah.
So cocoa scrapers is the that is the plugin that Fen and Umbrella use to access your DeBrid, Premiumize, all DeBrid, whatever your premium. So that is the service. Resolve URL is what the majority of add-ons use. So that's why if you ever build, you want to really authorize Resolve URL and if Cocoa Scrapers or Fen or whatever you're using, because most add-ons use Resolve URL. So when you do an RD authorization, you have to authorize both so that you're able to get both content. Cocoa Scrapers is just the plugin that Umbrella and Fen use. It's like their Resolve URL.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So that's theirs. So Peter says it's just shows getting ads. I have not messed with the ad settings, so YouTube does shit with ads. I apologize because you can't even do no ads in it. There are alternatives to YouTube. One starts with an S. We've talked about it several times. So there are alternatives to getting around the ads. So you can choose how you want to do that. Let's see. Blamo says, I have to disagree. We need DeBrid services, plenty of free sites. Maybe he's saying don't need DeBrid, plenty of free sites. Yeah. And again, free sites there are free links and free sites. It just takes usually longer and you got to spend more time to find it. Are there? Yes, they're there. But to me, I am about my time is worth something. So if I want to spend if I want to spend 5 minutes looking for a show or a movie, or do I want to spend 15 seconds? I want 15 seconds. I'll pay the $3 a month so that I can save that time. And if you think about the amount of shows or movies that you watch in a week, then it's worth my.
Look, I use it mostly if I want to watch something in 4K HDR. You know, I'm not going to grab a 30 gigabyte file for one movie, so I will watch it on Kodi.
Yeah, and it's just a lot smoother. And it's more reliable. Hey, we'll go on to the next subject here. What streaming services might be closing this year? And we've talked about a lot of streaming services, and we'll actually talk about Max in just a minute. But a lot of these streaming services are bleeding money. They are just It's running out. The cost of running a streaming service is quite extensive, and especially now that everybody's holding on to their content, so it becomes harder and harder for streaming services that used to offer a lot. It becomes harder because the Paramount's holding on to their stuff, and Max Warner Brothers is holding on to their stuff. Disney's holding on to their stuff. So a lot of these services are struggling. So, and these are some big names. You're talking Fubo. Fubo is a pretty big name in the streaming services, and they are in shaky ground due to they don't have any big backing. They don't have anybody with big pocketbooks backing their company. For sports, this is the top paid service for sports right now. It offers the most. So, but the problem is now that YouTube TV is really pushing their thing, it's pulling away from what people used to use Fubo. And we don't know what's going to happen when Venue Sports kicks off, because Venue Sports is the sports package that's going to have Fox, Warner Brothers, Disney, which means ESPN and Discovery is all backing this new sports app. So a lot of these streaming apps are going to be in big trouble financially when that ESPN sports app comes out.
Yep.
So it's hard. Redbox and Crackle, they're struggling. Sling TV is another one that I actually had. Sling TV back in the day. They have two packages, I think orange and red, or orange and something. One would have sports, one's just general. Very good service. It had catch up where you could scroll back if it's on it's live feeds, but you could actually roll back and watch something that had come on a couple hours prior. But again, this was backed by Dish Network, and Dish Network is trying to get out of the satellite TV business, because you guys have seen the ads for Dish.
Yeah.
Have you seen
the pigeons?
Yeah, with the pigeons on the windowsill. And they're like, hey, they're watching Dish Network without the dish. And he's like, what? That was my favorite thing to take a dump on, or whatever. He said something like that. But
yeah.
So we will be seeing more of these services. So if you're using some of these services, just FYI, keep in mind that some of these may be going away. It's because it's tough times. It's tough times in these services.
I'm just going through stuff in the side chat.
Yep, I saw that. I wasn't gonna. I was trying not to use that name. Don't want to get myself in trouble. Because I'm always worried about that. Here's another subject that kind of falls right in line with this. Warner Brothers, the Max, is trying to take and get a hold of Paramount. So there's the possible merger between Warner Brothers and Paramount Plus. This is in discussions. What the hell? It's like I didn't give a seizure warning to anybody. Someone's gonna blame me. Said they went in a seizure for that. I saw the flashing on my screen. I'm like, what's that flashing? So this is another thing we've talked about. A lot of these companies are joining. A lot of these services are joining, trying to cut costs and try to be profitable. And so we very well may see this Max and Paramount joining up, which would make it, they said they're looking at, that would put them at about 171 million subscribers. So that would put them that would make them pretty big, because you would have Warner Brothers, your Paramount, HBO products, your Discovery, anything that's part of the Discovery package. So that could possibly rival the Disney, ESPN, Hulu package. So yeah, we're going to see more of these things kind of coming together, because if they don't come together, they are going to be gone.
The market's watered down so much. I think probably what you'll end like for years, there was just like the big three TV networks, there's so many smaller streaming apps that to survive, they're going to have to join forces. And then I would say I would guess in a few years, it'll probably be just like you said, be Netflix, like Disney Plus, and they'll roll in ESPN with probably that, or ESPN will just do strictly all sports, and then you have the other players that have content. So I mean, if you could get all like the movie studios to band together and release all their stuff, so I don't know, who knows?
Yeah, I think we're going to see it's still a very fluid situation, and probably for the next couple of years is going to be changing because these companies, people invested a lot of money in these streaming networks on the front end because they were like, everyone's going to streaming. Yeah, but the problem is that when everybody is in streaming, nobody's making any money because you got too many players in it. Yeah. So they're going to narrow down the players, join forces, and we will have a handful of companies that are there, and you'll figure out which one. And also then we have the whole economy situation, people looking at their bills, and every one of these services are going up every month, and they're looking at it and saying, I'm paying out more or as much for my cord cutting that I was when I was paying Time Warner or Cox or whoever I was paying for my satellite or my internet.
There is a lot of money that goes into having a successful streaming service. Because look at that one that started a couple of years at Quibi, the one that did the video shorts. They pissed through $2 billion in like what, 60 days?
Yeah, it was like that, and they were done.
Yeah, gone.
Yeah, that was like a flash in the pan. And you're right; they were all short video. They were short TV shows. Yeah. But the TV show couldn't be longer than 15 minutes or some shit like that. And they lasted. It was no time and they were done. And we talked about Netflix. Netflix had years of creating an infrastructure of content on servers all around the world so that you had fast content. It wasn't all coming out of New York or Los Angeles. It was the content for your popular content from Netflix was coming from your ISP. They rented a rack with that content that was at your ISP. It took years that Netflix did this. All these other players are way behind. So it's we're going to see more of these companies coming together, doing their thing.
Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't seen anything about Amazon. Amazon, has it dropped off the screen or what?
What you mean?
Well, they started charging, so people are pissed, but they're still using it.
Yeah. And I mean, Amazon with its its Prime, their people are still using it. I mean, it's $4, $4 a month or something like that for no ads. Yeah. And their ads are quite obnoxious because Blue has Amazon Prime, but she hasn't had the ad free. And there's sometimes where she'll be watching something at night when we're getting ready to go to bed. She'll watch TV in there, and all of a sudden, boom, them ads will pop up. I'm like, oh, and it's like it's not a 10-second ad. It's a pretty long ad. It's like, Jesus, help me, Lord. This might be good for some of the YouTubers, and maybe you might have to use it for my show. Stabilizing the audio volume for some of the Android TV, Fire TV, and Google TV. So this is a new feature that they just implemented, and it should have already be on by default. And what this is going to do is it's just going to stabilize the ups and downs so that your audio for your video is going to be more consistent. So here, I just have a little picture here in the settings for YouTube. Does have the stable volume is turned on by default. If you turn it off, it will be off until you turn it back on. So just be forewarned that it is off until you turn it back on, but it's on by default.
Sorry, I'll stay with my alternative.
Put
it this way, I can handle adjusting the volume up and down versus getting ads on a video. So yeah.
True that.
Now you guys that use those alternatives, because that's the one thing that I actually pay for.
Yep.
Is YouTube bricking that once a week now?
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope. I posted in Streaming Matters. I actually got an ad last night. And I wasn't even paying attention. I was watching a video on my Shield, and I used an alternative for YouTube, and I was watching it, and then an ad come up, and I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, okay. And then 10 minutes later or so, another ad pops up. I'm like, oh, another ad. And I think I got like 3 or 4 ads in that 30-minute video. And I was like, at first I was thinking, oh, I must be in YouTube. I must have accidentally clicked on YouTube on my menu and not the alternative. But then when I backed out, I was like, wait a minute, I'm in the alternative. But there was an update that I hadn't installed. So somebody had said, hey, did you install the update? I installed the update. I haven't seen the ad. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It was kind of a fluky. So if you get an ad with those alternatives, you may want to check to make sure it's updated.
I've seen some YouTubers who are embedding the ads into their streams.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple, because I was like, what the hell am I getting this Allstate ad in the middle? Because it wasn't an ad pop up. He just took his video and inserted an ad directly into the video when he
was like sponsored.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, but it wasn't him doing the video. It was a legit ad for Allstate car insurance that was cut and entered into the video that was uploaded.
Yeah.
So,
there's no way around that.
Yeah.
You're gonna see that ad.
And that I didn't get that kind of, because I had the thing where I could after like 8 seconds I could hit skip.
Yeah.
And it was a weird looking icon, and I was like, I don't know, that just. So if you get those, you may want to, on the YouTube view or on the alternatives, you may want to update and check into that.
Yeah, but some YouTubers are embedding ads in their videos they post, so don't be shocked when you see one of those.
Yeah. Let's see. So just FYI for some of you folks down in the States, because can't get it up here in the Great Wide North, refurbished Mac sticks are $29, so $30. So that is pretty damn cheap. You know how much those sticks are here if you bought how much they are here for a regular one?
I would say 75.
$80.
I was close.
Yep. $79.95. And then if you live in the great province of Ontario, you get hit with 13% tax. So
yikes.
Yeah, but I get 15%.
Really?
But the money's really pretty.
Yeah, it is pretty money.
Yeah, my tax is 15% on everything.
Wow, I thought ours was bad. Woo! All right. So if you're looking for some of these things and you're wanting for whatever, this is a decent price. Now, Prime Day is coming. Prime Day is just 10 days, 11 days away. So we'll probably see the full versions of these. I don't think they'll be half price. They'll probably be a third of the price off of what its normal retail is.
Yeah.
So you can either buy it now or you can wait. So we'll see. I'm not too stoked on Prime Day. There's really not much we need to buy, and I'm trying not to spend any money, so I'm holding back.
Is Prime Day the same day up there in Canada, Todd?
Yeah.
Okay.
16, 17.
All right.
Yep. Yeah. I see Steve saying he pays $6 a month, $25 RD, and Alibaba. Yep. Saving money. I mean, you got to be smart and figure out what works for you. Not everything what we do, what would work for me is not necessarily what's going to work for you or even anybody else on the panel. We all have our own setup, our own services, or our own apps that we prefer over other things. And you have to find out what works for you, what you're able to figure out, what fits in your budget, what you feel in your conscience, what you feel good about, because some people don't feel good about some of the other alternatives. So you've got to think about how that fits your needs, and what works for one may not work for another. But the good thing is that there's tons of options. You just got to be able to figure it out. You got to figure out what works for you to be able to save money, because to be honest, shit is expensive. I'm, we're out here looking to, to try to save, save you some money. So try to do what you can to save money. Well, there's Troops. What's up, Troop? Donald did nice. Speaking of a person that can find some free links, my man Donald, he can find some free links. So I was going to mention some of this. Hold on a second with this. Get that off of here. So I was going to mention some of the people that I have been following that might be able to help with your retro gaming. And I pulled a few of the people that I follow on a regular basis because actually somebody had messaged me earlier this week and they were like, Dabs, how did you learn or figure out how to do something with, I think it was Batocera, asked me how I needed to do that. And I was like, well, I followed some different videos and read forums. You have to do some research. And so I thought I would pull together a few of the people that I follow on YouTube that may be able to help you with some of your retro gaming or even just gaming in general. All the YouTubers for all this stuff is down below. The links to each of their channels. Check them out if you're wanting to learn how to do it. And I'm going to talk about each of them and talk about where they where I see that their focus is or how they may be able to help. So Rapster Tech, I actually found this guy through Retro X. He is actually posts in the Retro X room on Facebook, which is an Android app, a front-end loader for your retro gaming, which is a brilliant application. And I found him through that. And he does a lot of videos that really explain a lot of stuff. I mean, he reminds me of how I like to do things. He talks a lot. So his videos can go on longer because he gives exact instructions on each of the subjects that he's going to cover. Like some of his videos, they may be multiple parts long so that, people don't want to watch an hour, but they're willing to watch 3 20-minute videos. So he does a really good job at some of that stuff. So check him out. He's a Rapster's Tech Hangout. Another one, let's go from this end. Digital Victory. He was on the show before with the retro gaming. He does pinball. He does a lot of pinball reviews, digital pinball reviews, and he will show you all about certain tables. You'll see the pros and cons of some of these tables. Really fun, really good guy. Like I said, he was on the retro gaming show. Great guy and really loves pinball, virtual pinball. And he has so many tables that he checks out. So if you're into virtual pinball and you're wanting to find out about some tables, he probably has a video on that particular table, and he may be able to talk about what the pros and cons to that table are. Drew's Talk. Drew Talks he's an old schooler for us retro gamers, and he really focuses in on a lot of build images or here as of late, a lot of people sending him those hard drives full of games, those plug and play hard drives. He does videos on that, a lot of videos on that. So he shows a lot of that stuff, does a really good job. You won't find tons of tutorial type things on his channel, the more recent stuff, but you'll find where like here, he's covering this 12 terabyte hard drive. Here's another 12 terabyte hard drive. So he'll cover what is in, if you're getting that, and how it may be good and bad. He's very honest about some of the things when he'll say, hey, this build image is lacking XYZ. So does a really good job on that. So that is Drew Talks. So check him out. Keo Daikin. Now, he was on the show. This guy, his videos are more for the advanced user. His videos tend to get more on the technical side of how single boards work, and that would be your Raspberry Pis or some of your like this Rada Exa. He'll talk about that. He'll talk about a lot of single boards, talk about Raspberry Pi, and he will talk what you see when you're gaming, because sometimes when we do benchmarks don't always tell us how it's going to play. because just like this Rada, when you look at the benchmarks are really low. But then when you see it in a real world of an emulation, how much better it does than a Raspberry Pi 5. So that's where his technical talk of why these all work. So if you're comparing, hey, I'm wanting to get the best PlayStation 2 emulation, he would be a person who's going to be able to say, hey, let's compare apples to apples. Don't compare apples to oranges, because it's difficult. And so Keo Daikin. So lots of good videos in here. He also has a few other channels, one that goes into RC cars and one that he focuses on fireworks, which he's been doing up quite a bit of videos on his fireworks since yesterday was the 4th of July. So Keo Daikin. Another guy that is pretty popular, 98,000 subscribers, retro gaming guy. This guy really does he does a lot of content or a lot of items that are sent to him or he buys them. So he'll be checking how different mini computers work, or he'll get different devices and how well that works. So he gets a lot of these all-in-one packages, and he'll give you some honest review. Hey, this runs well on it. This doesn't run well on it. And he does some live shows. His live shows are quite interesting. So I actually saw him with, I saw this video here with Retro Rob. Very good video. And he talked about a lot of old gamings that people our age would remember, and talking about old consoles and stuff like that. So he does do a live show, but even his regular videos, lots of good content in there. So check him out. Another very unknown, only got only less than 400 subscribers. So can we get this guy some subscribers? Because Kevin Bato does some brilliant videos, and he has less than 400 damn subscribers. This guy does a lot of Batocera videos, and I've been following some of his Batocera videos, and they are really well done, step by step, things that you've not heard of in the widespread, common knowledge. But he'll talk about things that are less common knowledge. So he does a lot of that. He's did some videos on Batocera themes, because Batocera has like themes like skins or builds like in Cody. And he went through and he graded how each of those looks, goods and bads to him. So check him out. Definitely check him out, especially if you're into Batocera. He's someone you definitely got to follow, because again, he gives all kinds of little tips. Really nice guy on his videos. 400 subscribers. We got to get him to 1,000. This guy, again, share, like, subscribe, get him 1,000 subscribers. He needs it. Last one here is Wagner's Tech Talk, who's been around quite a while. Some of us have heard of him. Very knowledgeable, very detailed instructions. If you want to learn how to do something, and if he has a video on it, he's one of the people you want to check out his video. He is very step by step by step. When he's actually working for At Games now. From his videos of the pinball and how to do modifications, At Games actually hired him. So he is a consultant or doing some type of work with At Games, because his videos were that good about the At Games platform. So definitely check him out if you're looking to do some of the tech things that he does. And again, if I'm looking for something, he is always one of the people. If he has a video on it, I'm going to watch it. And because he's going to show how every little step and very detailed instructions. So so those are some of the people that I follow. Let me see. I'm gonna have to do all these things. I got to follow over here, jump over here, jump over here. I was looking to see if anybody no. Okay. One of the devices I got this past week. Here we go. This is my new project, because I'm always trying new things. So I actually got this. I saw this through Keo Daikin. He actually talked about this, and this is the Rada Exa single board is in here. But I bought the Palm Shell, which comes with the Bluetooth Wi-Fi card already on it. Came with, I think I ordered the 256 M.2 built into it. I got the 4 gigs, and it comes with also a CPU cooler, because if you buy the Radsa, it doesn't come with those things on it. It's just the board, and you got to buy all that stuff extra. So I ordered this, and I actually installed Batocera on the actual hard drive, so it boots right into Batocera. So this is one of the videos I want to do just to show what it can do. Small form, you can see it's a little bit bigger than my. This is the Raspberry Pi 4, so probably double the size of it. Not as thick, of course, but it's a longer board. But this is Raspberry Pi 4. This is the Palm Shell. So this is a video that I hope to be doing soon. And nice little board. Again, running x86, so it runs Windows. You can run Windows on this. You can run Linux on this. Nice little thing.
That board, Todd?
So with it, it was $160 for as is.
Everything?
Right there.
Is that Canadian?
No, that was US.
US? Okay.
That was US. So that was US. So that was, again, and basically it's a plug and play. Outside of, you did need to order a power supply. It does not come with a power supply. So it has to use.
Is it a 5-volt power supply?
No, it's a 12-volt.
A 12-volt.
It has to use this special, one I had to get, because I get it, and then it's got the the USB, not the USB, the oh shit, what's that connection? Not the USB.
Well, a barrel,
USB-C?
a barrel connector.
Yeah, it's like the Apple one. What are those called? The USB-C?
C?
USB-C. USB-C.
Okay.
So I was thinking, I'll just use one of my USB from a Fire Stick, or whatever. Not a Fire Stick, but I got plenty of USB-Cs. But of course, those are all 5-volt, and this needs 12, so it won't run. So I actually got a bigger brick that I bought at Costco, and it runs fine now. So it doesn't come with a power supply. That was the only thing that was kind of weird when you get it, and it's like, no power supply with this. Got to use it to turn the damn thing on, but. Good, nice little device, small, and Keo Daikin actually has a couple of videos on this already, where he's showing emulation up into PlayStation 2, but I don't think he's running Batocera like I am running. So my videos will be a little bit different, because it's running Batocera off the operating system. So we'll see how that goes. I hope to run most of the PlayStation 2. We'll see. So. We'll see how that goes. Nice little side project for me to mess with in the next few days. Let's see here. We got. Well, Ed, did you want to mention that this app that you use that we were talking about some of, and this was the TV show and movie tracker, which is kind of like Tracked.
Yeah, I like this one because let's say if you it gives you adverts, let's say, of a show has been canceled or has been renewed. It'll tell you all the information on that. Also, you can add, let's say, I want to add a show to my list. What I do, I just do a search for it. Then I add the plus sign to it, and it adds it directly to my list. Even though it's not even on my Kodi, because I use Kodi. Automatically I can put it onto my Kodi, and it gives you all the episodes, the movies, everything you need.
So it just adds it to your track.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's another one that I've seen. I don't know how I got it. Well, there's two of them. What I got on Telegram. There's two scenes. How come? There's two. Well, I don't call them applications, but they notify you when the show or the movie is streaming. It's called, one of them is called Movie Releases,
Yeah.
The-
Yep.
Okay, and the other one is TV releases. So as soon as a program or an episode is released on streaming, you get it directly on Telegram.
Oh, do you get a notification?
Well, no, you don't get a notification. You just got to. It'll give you a notification. Okay, there's a new one added, so you check in and it tells you what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
But
again, that's a channel on Telegram that you join that
Telegram.
has that.
I don't know how I got it. It just popped up on my Telegram.
Uh-oh. Some of the Russians trying to infiltrate.
That's always suspect. Those ones that just show up.
Yeah.
Somebody probably told you about it. You clicked it. So
Yeah.
another one. I know this. Just Watch.
Just Watch. I got that too.
That was another real popular one. It actually tells you what service that some things are on.
Right.
So if like you're not sure, and you're like, oh, what is
That'd be
well, yeah, but this will yeah. MBplex. So it would, but this will actually tell you, hey, this is on Paramount. This is on whatever Max. This is on whatever service. So you can actually you can search for it. So this is the one we talked about this about a year or two ago. So Just Watch. It's definitely a cool little tool. And I use Tracked. I have Tracked on my phone, and I love it on my phone. And I can somebody mentions a TV show or a movie, I can pull it right up and boom, boom, boom. And I can add it to my watch list. And then when I turn on Kodi, there it is. So you got to have these like little tools that makes your streaming a little more seamless and work a little better. What's up, Sidekick? So you want to, have these kind of these little tools to make it. So yeah, I thought we would talk about some of those tools and say, hey, what am I using? Okay, so
I have another one, but it's called Game Changer because let's say you have your kids are watching, they play baseball, okay? Like I can follow my grandsons when they're playing baseball. It's called Game Changer.
Yeah.
And let's say you can go. Each one has its own room. You have to find the name of the team and the grade they're in. Like my grandson is in 15U. Okay, and then they give you the name of the team. So when they're playing, you can watch it live, but you have to pay for that. But if you want to watch it just where they show you the mound and where everybody's playing, and when they hit a ball and who catches it, it's good.
Oh, it's kind of like a digital telling you this play. Yeah.
But I like it because
nice.
I can follow my kids. I don't have to go out and sit out in the hot sun.
Yeah. And that 73 degrees hot sun here in Canada.
Oh yeah.
Hey, this is no lie. People were burning up and it was 79 degrees. And I was hearing people about how hot it was outside. I'm like, hot?
Dude, it was hot here in Kansas City.
It is beautiful. 79 degrees? That's beautiful.
Yeah.
What's up, Andrew?
Hello.
All right, so you just joined us. I'm getting ready to spin the wheel. So let's go and find out. Now, again, we're going to do this live here. We're going to do If for the movie for this week because that was chosen last week. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to spin the wheel. And what we're going to do is in the player pass room is where people can talk about did they like it, hate it. And so you'll give your review of whatever movie we spin here in the player pass room on Telegram. Does that make sense?
Andrew, we're taking July off after today.
Yeah.
Just so you're caught up.
So I'm going to spin it. Let's spin it.
So this is a one-shot deal.
Well, this is going to be just on Telegram, so
okay.
It won't be. Looks like the Beverly Hills.
Oh my! It's the movie that I get a message. That movie comes out 5:30 in the morning, 5:30 a.m. There's a message from Andrew. Hey, can you change my pick to Beverly Hills Cop? 6:30, Dad. Hey, can you change my pick to Beverly Hills Cop? Later that night, 6:30 at night, Roger. Hey, can you change my pick to Beverly Hills Cop? And I'm like, I was like, Roger, you're the third person to ask me.
Well, hey, that tells you it was meant to be that this has
Yeah.
got to be reviewed. So we won't be reviewing it on the show. We will be reviewing it in Telegram. Well, I don't know. I guess it'll be people just voicing it, unless we do a live, spontaneous live chat, which would not be on YouTube. It would just be in the Telegram room or in the Player Pass Telegram room, and a video chat would go on, and people can love it or hate it. So, yeah. So, all right, that's the movie for next week. Okay, so let's roll on to the next half here. Hold on a second here, folks.
We don't
This
have
one.
a theme song.
It's only like 5 seconds long. I mean, really? Fine, I'll make a freaking song for it. Jesus.
How did I had a link for this. Holy shit. I had I thought I had this. All right. My typing teacher would be like, "Quit looking at the keys." All right. So we got the movie for this week, and I don't have the tab. I didn't make a tab, so hey, sorry, Aubyn's not here, so we're not going to have what it grossed and all of the information. We're going to be right with it. So if you've not watched this section of the show before, this is where we're going to give each of our opinion on the movie that was picked last week, which is If. We're going to tell you if we liked it, hated it, and at the end of our discussion, we will each get to vote for, does it get a play or does it get a pass? So let's get going, boys. Who wants to go first on this one? This was my pick. This was the wheel picked my movie, so all love or hate is going to be on me. So,
Well, I'll go. I like this movie. It's not an action movie. It's a fanciful movie. It's a whimsical movie. You can watch it with kids of any ages. Any kid, I think, is going to enjoy it. And it had enough plot to it for an adult to enjoy it. All the ifs, all the monsters or whatever they are, they were all done by very famous people.
Yes.
If you stuck through the credits and watched, all the ifs were done by A-list celebrities.
Yeah. Here they got the names here on the tops of each of the characters.
Oh, I didn't realize Bradley Cooper was the Ice Cube.
Yeah. Also, if you remember the movie, how he kept tripping over Keith.
Yes.
The
That's Brad
invisible
Pitt.
if.
That's Brad Pitt.
Yeah. And right, the reason they did that was, if you remember in Deadpool 2, Brad Pitt played the invisible character that you never saw until he was electrocuted for a second. So yeah, that was the running gag on that was Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I didn't know that part, but that just makes this movie even cuter. They tried to make it entertaining. I never looked to see how much time was left in this movie. It's always hit or miss when you got kid actors in a movie.
100%.
Yeah.
And this little girl did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like her. She's actually quite a good actress. She's in The Walking Dead, isn't she?
Yeah. And even the little Asian kid that was in the hospital bed, his acting wasn't as good, but he's plenty good.
Yeah.
He was believable, and it was fun. The costumes was good, the sets were good. The script I thought was really good. It kind of had a Sixth Sense. I don't know. Are we allowed to spoil on this show?
Yeah. Spoil away, because
we're supposed to have watched it.
Yeah,
right. Because Brett, God, what's this guy's name? Why is
Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds' character is her it the entire time. And it's not until halfway through the movie that you really kind of even suspect that to be the case. So I think they handled it pretty good. And obviously acting, all the ifs had to be green screen characters. And when you're acting against a green screen, especially for the kids, I think they did an awesome job. So
Yes.
I enjoyed the movie. It was fun. That's my Rubio.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I go next. I really like this movie because it's a movie that I can sit down with my granddaughter and watch it. She'll love this movie. The music in there, they had a couple of good songs in there. The
A lot of good songs.
Yeah, the little girl when she's interpreting Tina Turner, that knocked me off. That was good.
I bet.
But Ryan Reynolds, I don't know. I have something. He turns me off a little bit because I don't know the way he walks or the way he talks or the way he looks. There's something in there that turns me off. You know, he gives you like this sly look.
Mm-hmm.
You interpret it one way, but he does it. He gives you another sensation in another way. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's his shtick.
Yep.
Yeah. But it was a good movie. I really like this movie.
I didn't even.
I
forgot about John Krasinski. He was pretty good in it, and I usually don't like writer producers acting. I usually do not like that.
And he wrote and directed this. So,
he wrote it for his girls, his daughters.
Well, he's got previous because he did a Quiet Place as well.
Yes.
Yeah, those suck though.
Oh no, Roger.
First one was great. Second one, not so great.
But
and third one will probably.
The third one looks okay, to be fair.
We'll see.
New characters. Sorry, you've done now.
Yeah.
I did like it. I did like this. I did figure out quite early that Ryan Reynolds was her if. It just like, I think it was when she was talking to the bear, and the bear was like, "Oh, he used to be a clown. He used to make you laugh all the time." But like he says, he used to make you laugh. And I was like, "It made you laugh." It kind of, and then after that, I just thought, I wonder if he is her imaginary friend, and so I kept paying attention to like whenever she interacted with people, it was always her that spoke, and they always spoke to her. They never spoke to him. I was like, oh yeah, he's definitely, they can't see him, only she can. So that I kind of figured that plot twist out quite quickly. But I started watching this on my phone because I do tend to watch a lot of these movies on my phone if I'm not watching it in VR or use. But I just happened to have my son in the sitting room with us at the time, and he was with his iPad. And there's some people know and some people don't. He's a non-verbal autistic, so he doesn't really have a great attention span. If he's got something on his iPad, that's what he's in. Okay. And I put this movie on the TV, and I just started watching it with him in the room. And every now and then, I just kept catching him looking up and at the TV and paying attention to it. So I was like, if any movie like this, any movie can like make a non-verbal autistic child pay attention to it, then it's got to have something good about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if it's like, just like the music or like some of the characters, they're just so I could definitely see families with young children like enjoying this, and it's definitely something like a kid would really enjoy watching. It didn't always hold my attention. I will admit that sometimes I did look away from it, but maybe it's because I kind of figured out the plot quite easy. But if I just didn't think about it too much, I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. But just the fact that I got him watching it, that was good enough for me. And like Roger said, I never really looked at the time to see when it was finished or anything like that. And I did enjoy all the acting in it as well. I don't mind Ryan Reynolds. I think a lot of times he does because he's in a lot of stuff, and he's always funny in all the stuff he's in. He kind of comes across like he's playing the same character a lot of the times.
Yeah. He's playing Ryan Reynolds, if you ask me.
Yeah, he's Ryan Reynolds. That's the thing. He's kind of like typecast himself as himself.
Yeah,
it's working.
But he's good. Yeah, he's always. I've always liked him. Even when he was in that TV show, was it Two Guys, a Girl in the Pizza Place or something like that? Because years and years ago he was in that. I used to like him in that. I've always found him funny, and I do like John Krasinski. Is it Krasinski?
Krasinski, yeah.
Krasinski. Yeah. Yeah, I do like him. I like him as a director as well. I think he's a really good director.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed the films that he's done so far. Yeah, I did like this. I didn't realize it's sometimes it's funny with these like animated movies where you don't realize till after the fact that like, there's actually a lot of famous people voicing the actors, like voicing the characters.
Yep.
So like some of the posters you were showing there with the characters and who played them, I didn't even realize it was them.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Sometimes
didn't
it's hard to
realize
tell,
all
but, like,
those. I realized a couple names, a couple voices. I'm like, hey, like
Yeah.
Steve Carell. I'm like right away. I'm
Right.
like, that's Steve Carell. And I did
Yeah.
catch George Clooney. I did catch his voice because you only catch it for a second. I'm like, wait, is that George Clooney?
Yeah. I am. It's and also as soon as I seen this young girl there, Kaylee Fleming.
Yep.
And I was invested because I really did like her in The Walking Dead. And even though the show had totally jumped the shark by then,
Yeah.
when she was introduced, she was actually really good because she's a good young actress.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like I didn't feel like she was playing the same character I've seen her play before. As I know, like sometimes with these younger kids, when they play one character, then they go into another movie, you kind of just see them as the character you've seen them as before.
Yep.
Whereas she didn't. She was really good in this.
I can see her as this generation's Dakota Fanning type of girl, that we'll see her as she ages. We'll see her in more and more roles as she grows up.
Well, I was thinking to myself, it'll be interesting to see what kind of movies she takes on now. Like if she's going to stick with this kind of like age appropriate to her type movies. You know what I mean? Like these like family type movies, or whether she's going to move into some more like dramatic stuff. I mean, it'd be good to see. I guess it would make it would kind of show a range if she does.
I was impressed with
more
her.
different stuff, but I do like her in these. I think she did really good in this movie.
Well, if everybody's done with the rainbow kisses and the magical blowjob and roasting s'mores by the campfire and singing "Kumbaya fucking y'all," okay, I'll give my review of the movie. All right. First of all, I was telling Aubyn last night, this is of all the movies that we have watched in Player Pass since I've been doing this with you guys. This is the first movie I almost just said, I cannot watch this shit. I cannot watch it. 3 times, it's an hour and 4 minutes long. 3 times I looked to see how much longer, how much longer, how much longer. Oh my God. So when the last time I watched it, I clicked to see how much longer, and it was like 30 minutes. I'm like, all right, suck it up. It's a half hour. You can power through it. And,
you can do it.
And exactly. So I did. Problems I had. Okay, 12-year-old girl who can run around Brooklyn at all hours of the night, doing whatever. Nobody gives a shit about. Okay. Apparently, she must have her own American Express black card that she can go and buy flowers every day and give them to her dad, who's in the hospital. Where I've been in a hospital. Okay. I've never been in a room like that where he's just, happy-go-lucky. He must have the best health insurance known to mankind, because times he's just laying in bed in his street clothes and nothing's being done. I'm sorry. They ain't going to keep you in the hospital unless you're bleeding to death or half near dead. All right. 2. So she finds the camcorder, there. Oh, I'll run down to the local delicatessen and buy me a power cord. Because I had to ask Aubyn about that last night. I was like, Aubyn, I got a major problem with this. I'm like, how many delicatessens is going to have a power cord for your camcorder? He's like, look, you go in there, they sell all kind of stuff. Anything they think they can make $1 off, they'll have it. And he goes, but they're not going to have a power cord for a 20-year-old camcorder, in stock. Once again, she comes up with all this magical money, and she's just running out. So that just drove me crazy. I can understand if you had young kids or whatever, or it'd be a great movie to sit and watch with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a 60-year-old grumpy fuck, There ain't nothing that amuses me. I mean, it's like, okay, so she puts on that album for her grandmother.
Yeah.
She starts the record player. It's playing 10 seconds. Her grandmother comes in the room. You look at the record, it's halfway through.
Yeah.
They're called LPs for a reason. It's called long play. It wasn't a 45 and it was only 10 seconds of the song playing and half of the album's done.
Mm.
So,
Man, it's almost like they thought kids wouldn't give a shit about that.
Right.
well, I don't care. I'm not a kid. I had to sit there and watch this shit. So, I mean, hey, I had to watch Jerry Curls. I watched Jerry Curls twice. And I mean, last night I went in the big screen with Aubyn, and it was just because I hadn't seen it in 3D. I told him, I said, Aubyn, I'm not here for long. I just want to see, how it rendered. And I ended up staying there and listening to most of it.
So you loved it so much you couldn't walk away from it.
Well, thank God for remote desktop, so I could be doing a ton of other stuff while that was playing in the background. But yeah,
I would
let's
much
just
rather
say-
watch this than count bullets.
Mm-hmm.
No, the hilarious thing is that he's watched it more times than me as well.
Yeah.
He's a glutton for punishment. He
Yeah.
likes
He's always like, I hate these movies, but he's like watches them multiple times.
I do, because I don't care even if I don't like it, I want to, because I'll miss something. You watch something
That's
the first
true.
time, you're gonna miss stuff.
Yeah,
So-
sometimes you can always enjoy stuff the second time.
Yeah, well, like Aubyn's like, well, why do you always watch the movie before it in big screen? I said, Aubyn, because I watch it first by myself, and if I think something's funny or if I found something odd, I want to see what other people are thinking about it to see if it justifies, that was a funny line. So yeah, other people laughed, or okay, that's stupid. That didn't make any sense. So I'm like, okay, it just confirms what I think. So that's why I do it. I do it for the good of the show.
And
Not
every
anybody
week,
gives
I
a
do it for the
shit.
regular Joe.
Yeah,
every
there's got to be somebody
Joe
out there who
contractor.
spits the
I do it
truth
for them.
instead of all this lovey-dovey. Let's heal the world. Hold hands, light candles, and blah blah blah. Screw that.
every
For the
week.
record, if Dave watches Peter Pan, Tinkerbell fucking dies.
Every week in big screen, if we watched a movie that Beach hates, he just stands there quiet. He just sits there quietly, waiting for everyone else to say how crap it is. And if somebody says, "Oh, it's quite funny," this are quite good, he's
Nah. There's your LP that's halfway through before she starts dancing. And that's the delicatessen that has everything, even power chords for a 8-year-old. Maybe it was using a universal chord, you know.
I didn't even that part didn't even register to me.
Yeah.
I didn't even,
Yeah, that didn't catch it. So, are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Ah, Jesus. Okay. So I did mention to Blue when we were watching. The first thing was, how is this kid running around with nobody watching her? I didn't even think about the money part. Well, the second time she came with flowers, I did say, how much did those flowers cost? Because, I mean, I loved my parents a lot, and when they were in the hospital, they might have got flowers once. They didn't get them every damn day. I'll tell you that. But I'll say this was one of the best feeling movies that I've seen in a long time. I thought the character development was fabulous. You cared about all the characters. Even Grandma, the dancing Grandma, even though she didn't play a very big part, her acting was very good. What's her Ellen? What's it? Because Blue told me who she was. I can't see. It doesn't give me that. So she's a famous actress and she does a great job. But I cared about all the characters in it, even the ifs. I cared about them.
She's called
Fiona
Fiona
Shaw.
Shaw.
Yeah, and she again, even with her when she didn't play a large part, you cared about her. I'll be honest. My allergies kicked up at least 4 times in this movie, where the allergies kicked up and a little bit of dust in the air. There was parts I'm misty eyed at parts. There's parts where I'm smiling in this movie. This movie, when you're watching it, the little girl, as we said, most young actors, Blue and I cannot stand. They write them terribly. Their acting's terrible. Their dialogue is terrible. So whoever's fault that is, it could be a number of people's fault. Most of the time, they're whiny little brats that you don't care about. You're like, I hope they get hit by a car. I hope they get taken or stolen. So you're just hating these. This little girl did a fabulous job. When she was teary-eyed and kind of crying, when she was upset when she thought her dad was going to die. When that happened, I'm choking up. There was, when she was smiling, when she was dancing, when, she was doing that little burlesque thing where all the little things are up on the stage and they're doing a little dance here.
Yeah.
I got misty-eyed on that. Her expressions of the happiness that she was feeling, and it just felt so good. Ryan, I love Ryan Reynolds. His acting to me is always I enjoy almost everything he does. I enjoy his delivery and all. There was the music in this, so many good songs in this. So many, not even just the Tina Turner song. There was a song right at the end that they played. And I can't recall what it was, but the one that she's playing when she's getting ready to get in the car. There was so many good songs that were in there. They did a fabulous job of bringing this story along. I didn't catch that he was her if. All the way to the end. I didn't catch that. Now the second time I watched it, there's lots of Easter eggs he drops early on. Like the first time they meet, he drops some Easter eggs that he's her if. The part here where he comes out of the painting and how the characters are talking, when the paintings fall, and that they had that one where he's like one of them is painting a thing at the side of the ocean, and it falls over and water pours out the thing, and there's a bowl of fruit that picture falls over and the fruit falls onto the floor. So many little things in this movie were really well done. I've struggled to find things I didn't like. The only thing was her having the ability to go all over the streets and nobody cares. That was my biggest beef with this. But I thought, you want to talk about, even we didn't have kids here watching it. And I watched it again for the second time and I was smiling and misty-eyed at a couple times where the allergies kicked up on a couple scenes still. And I already knew what was going to happen. I have to say, this is probably one of the best movies I've seen this year. Even if it is geared towards kids, it's geared enough adult stuff, and not in a way that sometimes we see where they stick in kind of halfway lewd comments.
Right, double entendres.
Yeah. This doesn't have any of that. It doesn't have any of that kind of talk in it, but still held my attention. So I felt this was brilliantly done. I was expecting, the first time we watched it, when I saw it listed, I was like, well, Ryan Reynolds in it, that's going to be good. And that was all I was hoping for. And at the end, I was like, holy shit, how good that was. And at the very end, when Ryan takes him and hooks him up with all of their ifs with their people, even though it doesn't play into how the story of the whole movie went, and he comes with them and boom, they see it. Other than that, I thought that was great. I thought the Kevin, was it the Kevin one when they yelled at, was it Keith? Keith. That was brilliant.
Yeah,
that was brilliant. And yes, it does play into the Deadpool 2, and Blue and I both caught that. when she saw that it was Brad Pitt in the credits for it. She goes, "Oh my God, that's an homage to Deadpool 2 and his character, where you don't see him until he dies." So brilliantly done. I enjoyed it. Great thing there for
Look at
in my
the
opinion.
comment in the side chat in StreamYard.
I'm in StreamYard with the one on Sesame Street.
In the private chat
No,
in StreamYard.
he's just fucking with you, Todd.
Oh, oh yeah, Dave. Love you too, motherfucker. All right. Sometimes you need to be in touch with your more sensitive side. You fucking dick. Your allergies kick up at times. Allergies are real. Allergies are real. All right.
Yeah, but how many people?
Look, I got misty-eyed from rage sweat coming down my forehead having to watch it.
I mean, it's not aimed at you, but it's not that bad of a movie. I'm surprised you hated it so.
It's good. It's good. Let's see, Eddie. Did you already talk about it, Eddie?
Yeah, but how many people had an if when they were young?
My little brother had one, and I mean, it was freaking annoying because you go to sit in a chair and he'd freak the hell out. No, don't sit there, Edie, sit there.
Oh yeah. I was just wondering, did I have one? I can't remember. I'm trying to think.
You're too old.
My little brother does not remember it at all. He has no conscious memory of his of it. Yeah, it's crazy. He has no memory of it whatsoever. Yeah. And she was Edie. It was a girl. Was with us everywhere. I mean, if it was his turn to set the table for dinner, he would set a place at the dinner table for Edie. So
how old was he when he had it?
Edie left before he went to kindergarten, so from 2 through 5.
Okay. I'm trying to remember one of my sons really had one, because I remember once I was sitting in the living room with my wife and we're watching TV, and he wakes up and he says, "Dad, move over. My friend's there." I said, "What do you mean your friend's there?" And then he looked at me and slapped me in the face.
That kid in The Sixth Sense had one as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one now that's like 19 and blonde and Russian. You know, like that.
Hey, all you gotta do, break out that credit card. She'll come.
Yeah,
she's looking for you, Dave. She's looking for you. She's looking for the love of her life. All right, so let's go ahead. This is the segment of it. We're gonna give it a player pass. We've already gave our opinion, so we're gonna do player pass. So, would you recommend this to your friends and family, or do you hope that this dies a fiery death? Would be a pass. So I see Willa has given it a play, and Redneck, his happiness is giving it a pass. So we got one play, one pass over on the side chat. So everyone else vote over there on the side chat, please, as the panel is giving their opinions. What do you think, Mr. Andrew?
Oh, I'll give it a play. I definitely would recommend it to anybody that's got young kids.
Good job. The Beach. What do you? How bad of a? You giving it a double pass?
Here's the thing. As much as I hate this movie, okay, I know my niece who has 2 young daughters, love it. So, based upon our thing is, would you recommend it to someone? I have to give it. I mean, we're talking ice cold, flaccid play.
Oh, there I got a play on the mark. Got a mark on the play. Leon, you post. Oh, Leon gave it a play. Oh, thank you, Leon. All right. Let's see. So Eddie, play or pass?
I give it a play.
All right, and so then Blamo gives it a play, but he would never watch it again. What about you, Raj?
It's definitely a play for me. I enjoyed it. I'm still young at heart, so I enjoyed it.
Oh, nice, thank you. And I know Aubyn told me that he gave it a play. He said that
The
he
poet.
really
He gets
enjoyed it.
everything to play.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. And I'm trying to think, Dave, we watched, what was it that we watched that Roger made us watch that I want to say that was one of those movies where I had to like do it twice or 3 times.
Probably
in
the
a
dead
day.
one. The guy that had the dead body.
Yeah, it was that, or that was it the camp one? I think it was the camp. Wasn't it the
Theater
one?
Camp.
Yeah. Remember
Oh,
Theater Camp?
Theater
What do you
camp.
mean, Roger?
That's a great movie.
Oh, Jesus. You think, yeah, and yeah, the Theater Camp.
Well, the thing with theater camp was I was traveling at that time, so I can't remember if I
You might
watched
not
it.
have
I
watched
don't.
it.
I know I watched some
It's
of it,
terrible.
but I can't
Terrible.
put it this way. It's one of those I knew it was horrible, and then I don't think I finished it. So it was when I was traveling.
Well, here's
But-
the thing. It's a good thing we're taking a month off because yesterday I spent a bunch of time looking for a new movie because mine's been on the wheel for 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
There's nothing out there. I was gonna have to make you guys watch some pretty bad stuff. So I'm glad we're taking a break.
How bad?
You would have hated it, Ed. You would have hated it.
Yeah, well, I mean, somebody was about ready to pick some Japanese anime to put on the wheel.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, that wasn't me. Wait, yes, it was. Hey, I was.
Which-
I actually thought about that. The Boy in the Huron. Because I know
Heron.
Heron. Because Blue's wanting to watch that. And I was
Okay,
like-
well,
I was
there
thinking,
there is,
what if we
just so
do
you
that?
know, there is dubbed version of it. So
Oh,
in English. So just if you don't, then you're gonna have to read the entire movie.
yeah,
And I know you don't like reading.
I don't like to read. Not if I have to, if I can help.
It's available on Play.
It's available at your neighborhood Plex. Okay, so we got that, and so
Yeah, on Player Pass is 100%, 1,400% on Player Pass
oh, in the room.
vote.
Okay,
in the room.
so yeah, in the room, and then so we got 10 votes for play and 1 for pass over here.
Yeah, well, the good thing
All
about
right.
this, one of the good things about this movie is it cost 110 to make. It only made 185 million. So that means more than likely there will not be an if 2.
This is going to make a lot of money on the back end.
Hmm.
I think
Once it hits streaming and rental buys, it's
Right.
going to make a lot of money.
this I can see this being one of those things that a lot of kids or
Yeah.
people with families are going to watch
A
multiple
lot.
times. So I can see this being that addicted thing
Yeah.
where some parents like, I've seen this 20 times, and because this is going to be out there. So all right,
Well,
so
I mean, okay, if you know people who have young kids, and let me tell you, here's my tip of the day for a money-making side hustle.
side hustle.
Start a Plex server, okay, and just put Bluey on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody
Oh, true.
who knows that has young kids, the ages 3 and below, it's like crack for youngins.
True.
They are addicted to that stuff. So get your Plex server, put all the Blueys on there, charge them, and boom, you're in the money.
Plex will catch you for charging for your user base now, though. Be careful.
Yeah, well, really.
Yeah, you got to be smart about how you do
Yeah.
it. Don't try to load up 100 people right away or
Yeah.
99. Be
Right.
smart about how many people you stack on your server. So, okay, so hey, we got that. We will not be doing a show next week, or well, until August at least. But if you watch the Beverly Hills Cop, we will do the review in the Telegram player pass room. So we're gonna that will be on the side. So check that out. So this segment of the show, we open up the floor for mostly TV shows or some movies that we would recommend or talk about those TV shows and to get ideas. So if you guys over in the side chat, if you have some great TV shows that you would like to recommend
Or movies.
Movies or things you want, this is where we're going to open up the floor and we get to talk about movies and TV shows. So what's everybody got?
I have to look at track to see what I've been watching. I don't even freaking know. Oh, I've been watching The Bear begrudgingly.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Let's open the floor for The Bear.
The Bear.
Yeah.
The Bear.
Let's open the floor for The Bear.
Pissed if they enter themselves into comedy again this year. I'm really, really, really going to be pissed off because it is not a comedy. It's a freaking drama, and it's not even a good drama at this point.
Bear season 1. Bear season 1. What would you guys say? What was your thoughts of Bear?
Good. I liked it a lot. It wasn't
Great.
a comedy.
No, but it was a great season 1. Hooked me right away. I thought was brilliantly wrote, brilliantly acted. I thought that season 1 fabulous. Season 2. Thoughts on season 2?
Good. I like it. Had its foot on the gas pedal, going forward, moving forward. There was a direction the show was going.
Yeah. Season 3.
I thought season 3 would have blew the others away, the other 2 seasons away, but I got a bad taste on this one.
Yeah, I got 2 episodes to go. I still got 9 and 10 to watch. I haven't finished it yet. But yeah, I have not enjoyed a single episode.
No.
John Cena.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah.
He was probably him and the twins, or not twins, but the brothers.
Yeah.
Them 2 are the only entertaining parts.
And I'm going to say the only good parts of this season that I've seen so far was John Cena.
Yeah. John Cena was really good. I thought he's funny.
The girl, I can't remember her name, the girl chef.
Yeah.
I'm not liking her acting at all this year. I think it's just weird. So yeah,
well,
I'm not impressed.
This was our problem with this show. You have a show, let's say a season. So a season, you're going to have a problem or something to solve or some type of tragedy or something that's got to happen in the season. So through the episodes of a season, you're going to have highs and lows leading towards a finale or a finish for whatever that major problem is or the subject matter of your season. In each episode, you'll have highs and lows, and you answer small questions as each episode. There's questions that come up with it. You get a solution. Something comes up for the episode 2. You have a solution to episode 2 before the end of that episode, but then they all book together for your season. This show, this season, nothing was fucking resolved from any problem that came up. The episode where the sister is pregnant and she's gone and she's
going to labor.
She's in labor and her mom is there. Brilliantly done episode, in my opinion. And even Blue thought that was one of the better episodes. You see the connection between the mother and the daughter and the troubles that they had in the past. All that stuff is coming together, and she's going through labor. You're really feeling part of this episode. You're like, oh my gosh, when she was stuck in traffic and she's in labor, all those things. How does the episode finish where you don't see the fucking baby? It was just like, whoop, the baby. 2 weeks later, it was like it's like it led you up her labor, and then you don't get a finish. No. It was just, we've just went on to the next subject.
Yeah.
So there was no finish. So every single thing that came up this season, there was nothing was finished or completed or resolved. Everything was like, it was built up and then we're going to move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Her signing the papers, the DocuSign.
Right.
Somewhere along the season you sign or don't sign. But no, we just keep dragging it along.
Yeah.
Even and Roger, I'm not spoiling it, even the last episode leaves you hanging.
Oh, yeah.
So at the end, the whole season was like you're getting worked up, and then someone just says, "Oh, well, I'm done," and they walk out of the room.
Yeah.
Every episode was a build-up, and then no finish, no completion. Nothing got resolved. So every episode, you're like, "Wait a minute, It was the most frustrating and shitty season of a show that I like that I think I've ever seen. I hated almost every episode. Episode 10 had a 10 on IMDB or Tracked or whatever. Had a fucking 10. 10! And I said, bullshit. And Blue goes, that's bullshit. And I said, that's a fucking 3. And I don't give I mean, usually we're giving a 5 or 6, 7. 3. And I was being nice on the 3 because you build up to drop you off to nothing. So they have shit the bed with this whole show.
Yeah, but didn't it piss you off at the end when it
100%.
says, no, wait a minute. At the last episode, when the last episode finished and it comes up to be continued, I said, what the fuck? Yeah, well, what's going to be continued? It ain't nothing there.
Well, that's what I meant. It nothing finished.
No.
Nothing. Not a single thing resolved. Him calling to apologize. Did that get resolved? Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, again, with the baby, the whole baby thing was good. And then you just
waiting to see the baby.
Can you just see? If we'd have just been there, be like, oh, the baby's born. Okay, but no, they just cut to the restaurant. We never heard about the baby again until she sends a picture of the baby.
Or she started
at home. You know, she takes a little picture and sends it like wow or whatever, wild or something. Oh, so
yeah, tough watch.
Fuck it. It pissed me off. The show pissed me off because it was so good. Season 1, brilliant. Season 2, I was like, okay, but season 3 is going to come back.
They've broke the Scarface rule. They've gotten high on their own supply.
Yeah. And Roger, you said something. You sent me a message, and you said what did you say? They're taking themselves too serious, or they're believing their hype.
Yeah, they bought into their own hype. Yeah.
And there was episodes that was like, what? What are you trying to do? Just tell the story. Don't try to be artsy fartsy and shit.
Yeah.
How many scenes?
It was beautiful. Every shot in this that I've seen, it's all art. It's all beautiful.
Right. Well, how many times did we see him drawing designs? You know, or making a plate, and all of a sudden he throws the plate in the garbage.
Yeah.
You know, how many times do we see it?
Oh, more than you count. I said this to Blue. I said, all right, we're going to be a restaurant show, right? It's about, and he's creating works of art, right? So that's what he's trying to create. Works of art.
Trying to be Michelin chef.
Yeah, trying to get that star. Why don't we see more of the plates? And somewhat to your thing, Eddie. Why don't we see the plate that he is creating and taking them out there? Focusing. Now, you do see the plates, you know, as he finishes it and it walks away from you or set at the table. A glance.
Yeah.
Why don't we see those works of art? We should have seen, if that's what you're going to want us to believe how great his work is, we should have seen plate after plate after every episode. We should have seen 2 or 3 plates that he boom. That's the perfect plate.
It's not like that's like a huge trend on Instagram or anything. Nobody ever takes pictures of their plates and posts it on Instagram or Facebook or any of those social media sites. Nobody does that shit. So why would you put that in there?
It just it was frustrating, and I don't get frustrated with shows because usually I'm kind of like I don't care about the show, but this I care because I liked where this was going early on in the seasons.
And I like that kid a lot. Whatever his lip
Cammy?
He's always gonna be he's always gonna be lip to me. But
pretty eyes. He's got them pretty blue eyes.
Yeah.
So that was this week's pisser because when we watched it this week and Blue and I were just we were both mad because it was like what the fuck did you just do with this show? I mean, ruined it.
And another one that finished this week was the Shy. It's the second part of this season.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not it's one of my, I love it. It's about Chicago.
Oh.
But this season was horrible. I didn't like any of this season of it either.
Yeah, but you said, Roger, they got to kill off somebody.
They did
right?
kill somebody. They did kill somebody. So yeah.
Yeah, at the end, and in the last episode, they killed off a few.
Yeah. So they did get that part. They didn't kill everybody that I wanted killed though, because I wanted all those kids killed. But
No, you can't kill the kids.
I know. Unfortunately.
No.
And what else was I watching this week? The Acolyte, which that's another one that is getting carpet bombed for reviews. I'm easy when it comes to Star Wars. As long as it's Star Wars, I'm usually into it. So I don't care that it's a
female lead.
Yes, it doesn't. That doesn't bother me.
That doesn't bother me. But Blue and I are watching this, and we're struggling with it. It's even though neither one of us care. I mean, she would want a woman lead and want to do well, but it's not. It's missing something.
I don't hate it. I'm just happy to have more Star Wars. I'm always glad for more Star Wars. Now,
I don't want bad Star Wars though.
Yeah, I don't think this is bad. Like Osaka. I can't even say
Osaka.
that. No, that's not it. But anyway, the last one, that was borderline bad Star Wars. This is at least they're trying,
Yeah.
There's the action in it is good. When there is action, it's done well. Disney spent a lot of money on it, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's one other thing. What else was I watching? I think.
Look at Kevin O'Battle. He was one of the guys I spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
Thanks for John. Hey, he missed where I was talking about him.
Yeah, we plugged your site earlier.
Yep, he was the one you said is fairly new, doesn't have a whole lot of subscribers.
Yeah.
I told everyone to check out your channel and go subscribe to you.
I subscribed already.
Subscribers.
Yeah, gotta have it. So he says Your Honor, which that was a good show. That was a good show. And
Your Honor,
Your Honor, yeah, that was a good one.
All right, what about the boys? Anybody watching the latest series?
I'm working through the boys.
It's not as good as the previous seasons.
No,
that's okay. That's what I just wanted confirmation. And let me ask you this: I do not remember Starlight's cheeks being quite so puffy. Did she get like?
I think you're trying to say she has some cheek lifts or something.
I use
Botox or something.
Really cute. I don't know. Just her cheeks look a lot fuller.
That's a big controversy. She's adamant she had no work done, and everybody on social media keeps attacking her about it.
Yeah. Okay. You look at that picture there of her, and look at her in the latest episodes of the boys, and she's still cute as can be.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like, somebody did a little something there.
All right. Well, we're not finished with this season, so I'm definitely I'll go back and look. Maybe she gained some weight. Maybe maybe she had a Big Mac or something, bro.
Well, she gained the weight. She gained it all on her freaking cheeks. I'm a fat fuck. And when I gain it, it goes all over. It just goes in my face like I'm a chipmunk sporting nuts for the winter.
With the actor that plays Mother's Milk looks like he's on the Ozempic diet, and he shaved his beard. At first, the first episode, I was like, "Good Lord, they recast Mother's Milk," but it's not. It's the same guy. He's just lost about 20 pounds and shaved his beard.
In House of the Dragon, looks like maybe this week's episode something exciting might happen.
I've been enjoying that. I love that. Yeah.
We have yet to start it because, well, Blue. This is right in her. She's a Game of Thrones, and we've been kind of pumping the brakes not to start it because that every week waiting is torture for her.
Yeah.
At a lot of times. So it's like,
You
let's
gotta
wait
binge
till
it.
more episodes. Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a binge, but I want to see a couple episodes
Right.
and then the next day watch a couple episodes. I binge over a few days, but
Now,
All right, Roger.
Blue's
We're gonna have to
MO.
start. We're gonna have to start doing a weekly update after, like, on Monday mornings on the latest House of Dragon episode in the Telegram there to piss Blue off.
No, I would not.
You
do
guys
that
shut
to
up!
her.
I'm not
I would
watching
not-
it. Shut
I
up!
would
Don't
not
say
do
anything
that to
about
her.
it.
she'll. I mean, it's on our list. It just, I think
She's gonna enjoy it, and
yeah.
I think with her normal MO where she rewatches the first season, I think
Yes.
it will help her because it's been so freaking long.
Yes,
I had forgot some shit. Honestly,
Yes.
I did.
that's why I went back and watched it.
It will help.
Yeah, we'll definitely. Yeah, her MO definitely. She'll go back and watch all of season 1, and
Yeah.
and
She doesn't need to rewatch Game of Thrones. Tell her that.
No.
No.
But yeah. That's all. Oh God, I don't need that. That's what, 7 seasons of that.
Right.
You guys into the Mayor of Kingstown?
I've never watched it, Ed. It's about a cop.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about a cop.
Yeah.
Well,
So that,
yeah.
I'm out.
You're out?
Yeah.
I don't do side shows.
I have not seen this season.
Okay.
I have watched the first season. I liked it. Second season, it started to lose me. So I just haven't finished second season, and then I would jump into the third season. So, what's your thoughts, Ed?
Well, okay. I don't want to give you a head of leads, but he starts to go rogue.
Okay. Well, you can see he has that potential.
Yeah, the tendency.
working outside the
yeah.
outside the set organization. It's set outside the rules.
That was filmed in Canada, eh?
Oh, I didn't
In
know.
Kingston, Ontario.
Oh, well, it's supposed to take place in Michigan. But
Yeah.
I guess that's right over the bridge. So.
Border, yeah.
And I'm not saying anything about hotel cocaine.
Oh, yeah, I
And
forgot about that one. I love it.
I let my feelings beat out the other day in the room.
All right, well, you can go on with hotel cocaine. I've watched 2 episodes of it, and it's not got me. And I'm like, do I even want to do anymore?
I'm on episode 4, I think, and I like it. The first episode I didn't like, but as it got going on second and third, I liked.
I do too. I like the historical people they put in them. What's lacking, I think, is they can't afford the period correct music. If they, because they're in a disco, it's set mainly in a disco,
Yeah.
and you have not heard one disco song that you would recognize.
No.
So,
they didn't get the rights to do it.
right. And all the historical people have been dead so far, so they don't have to deal with that red tape.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Michael Chiklis. I don't know these 2 guys' names. I'm sure they're famous, just not to me. But Michael Chiklis is always good. He's playing a dirty cop, which I don't. That's not a stretch for him, I don't think. So, and there's plenty of pretty girls in it, scantily clad.
Well, I'm like I said, 2 episodes in, and I'm like, do I even want to waste any more time? It just seems like I was expecting like a Scarface kind of feel to it, or I don't know. It's just something about the people. I'm not buying it. So, Jim, Fallout was great. It was a great show. We truly enjoyed that, and I might even go back. Her and I were talking, going back and watching the season all, kind of binging it on a weekend or something. We liked it enough like that.
On Thursday, a show we haven't seen in a while. It's called Vikings Valhalla starts, season 3.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We haven't seen it was a while since we've seen season 2.
Yeah, yeah, it was a long time. It was a long
3-4 years.
Yeah. And I think that Vikings, there was just something just didn't grab me on that show.
No.
I mean, the original Vikings, loved it. That Vikings, there was just something about, I don't know, something about it that just wasn't working. Just wasn't working for us when we were watching it. We were like, and then I just kind of walked away from it. It's like, it's enough. So I'm still working on Evil. I think we're still getting ready to go into this latest season of Evil. Enjoying it. Definitely one of the creepiest TV shows out right now, and I like that kind of creepy, weird stuff. So enjoyed it. So all right, we're at 7:00. So we've been 2 hours. So next week we'll not be having a show. Won't be having a show for a couple weeks. Well, till August at least, and then I'll talk with the team and decide if we want to go. We're gonna take July off. We'll decide if we're gonna take August off. I will try to do some videos. I'll try to get in with my retro gaming stuff. I really need to kick myself in the ass and get some of those videos made. And I want to maybe do a couple lives. About some retro gaming and maybe grabbing some of the YouTubers and saying, hey, you want to come on and just talk games. That's some of my thoughts. So we may see that in the next few weeks.
Are we going to review Beverly Hills Cop on Friday?
No, you'll just talk about it in Telegram. So in the Player Pass Telegram room, go ahead and type in what your thoughts after you watch it. I've yet to see it, so
Aubyn is going to open up a video chat.
Oh yeah,
he probably will. But he didn't commit to it, but he probably will. So
well, I mean, I'll do what we've been doing. I'll convert it to 3D, and then we'll be showing it big screen one night.
True. Yeah, you guys can do that. So yeah. Let's see. I don't think we have any big UFC or no big fights. That was last weekend. Any other fights or things that I can't think of anything going on?
I think Mike Perry's going to beat up Jake Paul.
Is that actually going to happen this weekend?
I think that's this weekend. Yeah, I think, isn't it? It's either this weekend or next weekend.
I can't remember. I know like tonight one is on at 8:30. I think 8 o'clock tonight one is. Which was funny, the one that was on like at 5:30 this morning. Okay, five of my services, neither one of them had a good stream that wasn't hiccuping and repeating itself.
Oh.
So I had to go to our old 4-letter realm friend, the K app.
Yes.
Add on.
Yes.
And
come on back home.
There. Yep. Come back. Had to go back home because every single
I never left.
was screwed up.
So did you use one of the sports add-ons or?
Yes.
Were they all using the same source on the services?
As far as I can tell, every single one was using the same supplier.
Yeah,
because they were all doing the same thing.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah,
unfortunate, but it does happen.
Yep, it very rarely, but I guess since that is a limited.
Yeah.
Coming from Thailand at 5:30 on a Friday, well Saturday probably over there, but the source was screwed up. But like you said, keep those options. Had to go back to old reliable.
Yeah.
All right. Why am I doing? Stop sharing. Oh, now my browser. Hold on a sec. My browser's starting to act up. All right, come on, browser, come back. Hold on. My computer's like saying, "No, I don't want that." All right, so close. Trying to get. Do you hear me on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird because I got no picture. I see no picture. My browser's locked up.
And I was wrong.
July
very
20th.
light- yeah, the 20th. Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
That's all right.
So yeah, that's so nothing real major this weekend for the sports wise. So we got really nothing going on. I will say on the sports, I actually.
We may be off the air, boys.
What? You got off?
I think Dab's crashed. I'm not sure we're still on YouTube. Let me check.
All right. And somebody type in the side chat if you can see us. Well, we've taken over.
Yeah. It's the well, it's time to end the show anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can't stop it anyways.
Well, that's true. That's true. We have to wait for Todd to get back to hit the stop button.
Basically, we could just leave the room, leave the studio. There we go. That's what we all leave and let Dad come back, and it's all empty.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Well, thanks for coming, everybody.
Yeah.
We
Make
need
sure
somebody
you
to turn
like-
the show off.
Hit the like and subscribe button.
True.
Yeah.
All right, let me go, guys. Sorry for my computer jacking up. So let's go. We'll see you guys on the next one because streaming matters to us because streaming matters to you. And we're out.
Have a good one.